With the legalization of cannabis comes a brand new industry, and as all industries, it needs a workforce. That's where Ontario's Niagara College steps in, rolling out the first post-secondary program in Canada specifically designed for cannabis production. Before its second semester kicks off, we want to show you what these future pot pros are learning.
The genesis for this was about 3 years ago. I started working in the industry about 5 years ago, doing some consulting. Started to see how much the cannabis industry was changing the growing industry, especially the greenhouse industry. And then the licensed producers, they're the ones licensed by Health Canada to actually grow this product, started coming to Niagara College and saying, we need qualified people to work in the cannabis industry and we can't find them. So we developed a program here so that we're developing trained professionals to go work in the industry. For our first intake in September, we had 300 applicants for 24 spots. So we had to go through and find, okay, what are the best 24? And we got the best 24. We're going to have another 24 start in January.
Prior to this, I went to the University of Guelph. I have my undergraduate degree in agricultural economics. I've always been really passionate about agriculture, and I think cannabis is something that isn't maybe considered to be part of agriculture, and I think it's going to be really important to bridge that gap.
What they'll do is, first off, have a lecture for an hour and say, we're going to talk about fertilization of the cannabis plant, what it needs at each stage. And then they'll come into here, actually mix up the fertilizers and compose the fertilizers, and then find out, is the strength right? Do we have the right EC? Do we have the right pH so that when a plant is taking up the nutrients, it's all available to them? And then they'll also actually have a plant. Here, this is your plant, and you train it. So they're already coming in and they're saying, this is my plant, this is my plant. And really learning how you actually train this plant. We have 10 different strains here. That's why you'll see some variation here. We want to expose the students to as many different kinds of plants. They're already saying, wow, this OG Kush grows a lot different than the White Widow back there.
Well, it's a lot of normal student stuff, so there's a lot of reading, a lot of writing essays. We have to do science and math and biology and lots of different areas. So I'm very happy when I get to spend some time with the plants here, which happens maybe 3 times a week for a few hours.
We're growing under a Health Canada license. It's a research license, and I always go cue the sigh because all this has to be destroyed. The industry is lobbying for our students. They really need qualified students. So when I'll go to a conference, people will start to say, Bill, I want your students. I'm going to tell you why we should have your students.
We all notice all the time. We talk about how lucky we are to be here, and we can't believe that this is happening.
When they start off, they'll likely be going in as an assistant grower or maybe in quality assurance. I can see them moving up into managerial roles very quickly because they've got a whole broad spectrum. They know the nutrients. They've got a whole course in regulations. There's a whole course on just software because you have to track each and every plant in here. Next semester, they have 1 day a week they're working a licensed producer. So while we are focusing on the production and growing, they're getting the whole aspect.
Well, right now I want to keep all my doors open. I don't know for sure where I want to end up. I want to see what opportunities are out there, because coming into this, I wasn't sure exactly what all the opportunities were, and I'm slowly learning where I can go with this.
Visit our website for more information on the program and how you can apply.